recovering the original teaching, what the Greek actually says. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to share with you will change how you see the Gospels. Because when we look at what the Greek text actually says, not what centuries of translation and tradition have told us it says, we discover something remarkable. The evidence is right there in the Greek words themselves. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It was always Greek. Here's the first thing we need to acknowledge. All four Gospels were written in Greek, not Hebrew, not Aramaic. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, writing in Greek to Greek-speaking audiences in the Hellenistic Roman Empire. These aren't Hebrew scriptures that got translated. These are Greek texts from their very inception, using Greek religious and philosophical concepts. And when we read them in Greek, actually paying attention to what the Greek words mean, we discover teachings that have been mistranslated for 2 millennia. The name Isus does. Let's start with the name. We call him Jesus Christ, but let's look at what those Greek words actually mean. Isus is a Greek name. Specifically, it's the male form of Iaso, the Greek goddess of healing, daughter of Asclepius, the god of medicine. The name literally means the healer. And look at what the prophet Malachi says in chapter 4, verse 2. The Son of Righteousness will arise with healing in its wings. Isus the healer, the Son of Righteousness bringing healing. The name itself tells us we're dealing with solar healing imagery. Now the second word, Christos. This word means good, benevolent kind. It's a common Greek word describing character. The early followers were called Christians, followers of Christos, the good one. Later this was changed to Christos, the anointed one, the Messiah, to fit a Jewish messianic framework. But originally, Isus Christos, the good healer. The early movement was also called followers of the way. Not a religion about worshiping a Messiah, but followers practicing the way, a path, a teaching, a method. The Father, who are we talking about? Throughout the Gospels, Isus refers to the Father. In John 14, verse 6, he says, "No one comes to the Father except through me." When a Greek-speaking person in the first century heard the Father, what would they immediately think of? Zeus Pater, Jupiter, the Sky Father, the Most High. The word Pater in Greek religious context meant the Sky Father, the ultimate cosmic deity above all others. In the Roman world, this was Jupiter, literally Sky Father. And here's something fascinating. In Phoenician cosmology, the planet Jupiter was called Tzedek, which means righteousness. Now look at these names. Melchizedek equals King of Righteousness equal King of Jupiter. Adoni-Tzedek equals Lord of Righteousness equal Lord of Jupiter. These are ancient priesthoods serving Jupiter Tzedek. And the book of Hebrews tells us Isus is a priest in the order of Melchizedek, not the Levitical priesthood of Moses and Aaron. A priest of Tzedek, Jupiter, the Father, the Most High. And Malachi calls him the Son of Righteousness, the Son serving Tzedek, Jupiter, bringing healing from the realm of the Father. The mistranslations. Now here's where it gets really important. Key Greek words have been systematically mistranslated, hiding what was actually being taught. Pun above. In John 3, verse 3, Jesus tells Nicodemus he must be born another. English Bibles translate this as born again, but another doesn't mean again, it means from above. If the text wanted to say again, it would use palin, the Greek word that actually means again, used over 140 times in the New Testament when the meaning is clearly again. But here the word is another from above, from the top, from the sky, from the divine realm. You must be born from above, from the realm of Jupiter the Father, from divine source, from heaven. This is about origin, not repetition. It's about receiving something that descends from the divine realm, not about making a decision to start over. The mistranslation changes divine initiative from above into human decision on earth. It turns cosmic truth into church membership. Kingdom enters. In Luke 17, verse 21, Isus says, "The kingdom of Theos is entos you." Entos means inside. It's a spatial term indicating interior location. When this same word appears in Matthew 23, verse 26, about the inside of a cup, nobody tries to translate it as among the cups. It clearly means inside the cup. But when Isis says the kingdom is enters you, suddenly translations change it to among you or in your midst. Why? Because if the kingdom of Theos, the spiritual realm, the divine world, is inside you, directly accessible within each person, then external religious institutions aren't necessary. No priests required, no temples required, no gatekeepers. But the Greek is unambiguous. Entos means inside. The spiritual world is inside you. Like diabolos. In John 8, verse 44, Jesus tells the Pharisees, "You are of your father the diabolos." Translations render this as the devil, a supernatural evil being. But diabolos isn't a proper name. It's a descriptive term meaning accuser, slanderer, one who brings accusations. And Isis already told us explicitly who the accuser is. In John 5, verse 45, "Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one who accuses you, Moses, in whom you have placed your hope." Moses is the accuser, the law accuses. The entire Mosaic system functions as diabolos. It judges, condemns, points out failure, but cannot transform or save. When Isis tells the Pharisees their father is the diabolos, he's saying, you serve the accusing system, Moses and the law, not the true father. Katalusai and plerosai, completing, not preserving. In Matthew 5, verse 17, he says, "Do not think that I came to katalusai the law or the prophets. I did not come to katalusai, but to plerosai." Translations say destroy and fulfill, making it sound like Isus came to preserve the Mosaic law forever. But in rabbinic context, katalusai is, to wrongly interpret, to misinterpret scripture, to invalidate through false teaching. Plerosai e, to correctly interpret, to reveal true meaning, to complete the intended purpose, to bring to fullness. Isis is saying, don't think I'm misinterpreting what the law and prophets were about. I'm revealing their true purpose. I'm completing what they pointed toward. And what was the law pointing toward? Its own inadequacy, the need for something another from above, the need for the kingdom entus inside, the need to transcend the diabolos, the accusing system. The law demonstrated that external religion doesn't transform. Tisus plerosai completed that purpose by bringing what the law could only point toward. Why Isus rejected Christos. Here's a revealing moment. In the Gospels, when Peter declares, "You are the Christos, the Messiah," Isus immediately responds, "Tell no one." Why would he tell them not to tell anyone if that's who he really is? Because that's the wrong identity. Christos, the Jewish Messiah, was expected to be a political and military leader restoring Israel through force. But Isis teaches, kingdom entos inside, not external political power. Birth nothing from above, spiritual, not political. The way, a path of teaching, not a throne. Servicido Jupiter Sedek, cosmic truth, not national revolution. He's Isa Krestos, the good healer, the solar priest of Jupiter, not the political revolutionary messiah the crowds wanted. And this is confirmed in the trial scene. Pilate offers to release one prisoner, and there's a choice between two men. Isis Barabbas. Some ancient manuscripts preserve his full name. Barabbas means son of the father in Aramaic. He was a political revolutionary, an insurrectionist trying to overthrow Rome through violence. The crowd chooses Barabbas, the violent political son of the father, and rejects Isokrestos, the spiritual healer teaching the way to the true father. But the teaching. So what was Isis actually teaching? Let's look at what the Greek tells us. Birth from above. True spiritual transformation doesn't come from human decision or religious ritual. It comes from the divine realm, from Jupiter the Father the Most High, descending into human consciousness. Like the sun rising each day from above, bringing light and life. The kingdom inside. The spiritual world, the realm of divinity, isn't in external temples or institutions. It's accessed within. Each person has direct connection to the divine, no mediation required. Transcending the accuser, The old system of law, accusation, and judgment, Moses and the Mosaic framework, served its purpose by pointing to its own inadequacy. It's time to move beyond external rule-based religion. The way to the Father, the path to Jupiter Tzedek, the Most High, the Sky Father, is through solar wisdom, through alignment with cosmic order, through the healing light. No one comes to the Father except through me means the solar principle is the path between earth and the highest heaven. Completing the law's purpose, the old covenant fulfilled its role. It demonstrated what doesn't work. Now comes what it was pointing toward. Internal transformation, birth from above, direct access to the divine within. This is the way, a path, a practice, a method of spiritual transformation. Not a religion demanding belief in doctrines, but a way of living that aligns with cosmic truth. The Son of Righteousness. Isis is called the Son of Righteousness in Malachi 4, verse 2. This isn't metaphor, it's cosmological identity. He serves Tzedek, Jupiter, the planet of righteousness, the Most High, the Father. He is a priest in the order of Melchizedek and Adoni Tzedek. The sun mediates between earth and the highest heaven. It brings healing, light, warmth, life. It rises from above daily. It illuminates what's hidden. It sustains existence. I am the way, the truth, and the life uses solar imagery. The way is the sun lights the path. The truth equals light reveals what's hidden. The life equals the sun is the source of life. No one comes to the Father except through me describes cosmic order, not religious exclusivism. Like saying plants need sunlight, that's not the sun being egotistical. That's describing how reality works. What happened? So why have we been told something different for 2,000 years? The teaching was Greek. It used Greek religious concepts. It threatened institutional power because it taught direct internal access to the divine. Over time, it was reshaped. Christos became Christos. Greek cosmology was obscured. Institutional religion built structures around the mistranslations. Born again replaced born from above. Kingdom among you replaced kingdom inside you. The devil replaced the accuser. The mistranslations served a purpose. They made the teaching controllable, institutionalizable, dependent on external authority. But the Greek words remained. Anothen, entus, diabolos, katalusai, plerosai, hodos, all still there, waiting to be read correctly. It's a recovery. This isn't about inventing something new. This is about reading what's actually written in the Greek text. The Gospels, Greek literature, written in Greek by authors with Greek names, teaching Greek audiences, have been waiting for us to understand what they actually say. Isis, the good healer, named after the goddess of healing. The Son of Righteousness, serving Tzedek Jupiter, the Father, the Most High. Teaching the way, a path of practice, not institutional religion. Birth from above, divine transformation descending from the highest realm. Kingdom inside, the spiritual world directly accessible within. Transcending the accuser, moving beyond the law system that can only judge. Completing the old covenant, fulfilling what it pointed toward and moving beyond it. This is what the Greek actually says. Not we've been told it says. What it actually says. The evidence isn't hidden. It's not secret. It's not coded. It's right there in the Greek words themselves. Words that scholars have known about for centuries, but that institutional religion has talked around, explained away, or mistranslated. Another means from above, not again. Entos means inside, not among. Diabolos means accuser, not a supernatural devil. Plerosai means complete, fulfill the purpose, not preserve forever. Isis is Greek, not Hebrew. Christos means good benevolent, not anointed Messiah. Pater meant Jupiter Zeus to Greek speakers, not Yechgalev. These are facts of language, not matters of interpretation. The invitation. The teaching is still available. The way is still accessible. The kingdom of Theos, the spiritual realm, is entos. Inside you, right now, directly accessible. Birth anothen from above is available. divine transformation from the highest realm. The diabolos, the accusing system, the law that only condemns, has plerosai its purpose. You don't have to live under that system anymore. The way to the Father, Jupiter Tzedek, the Most High, the source of righteousness and cosmic order, is through solar wisdom, healing light, alignment with truth. Jesus Christos, the good healer, the Son of Righteousness, showed this path, not as an institutional gatekeeper, but as one who revealed, look, the kingdom is Entus, inside you. Birth comes another from above. You don't need the accusing system anymore. Here's the way. That teaching hasn't changed. The Greek words are still there. The path is still available. All we have to do is read what's actually written. Thank you.